In my line of work, I deal with death a lot. But I recently had a conversation with a man who I have never experienced having such conviction of wanting to die. And I was intrigued because he wasn't anxious, he wasn't chaotic, he truly was just ready to die. This was a young man, it wasn't someone with a terminal illness, it was just someone who had come to the acceptance of his own death, and he had a plan to make it happen. Obviously there was, some other factors, but this person had a life, a near-death experience where it was a miracle that he was even still alive. But it left him physically disabled in such a way where he just got to the point where he was tired of dealing with it and didn't want to live anymore. And on the way to the hospital, we had such an open-hearted conversation, and I knew there was really not much I could say to change his mind. I didn't fully understand his experience because I haven't lived his life, but I told him, I said, I envy you because you have attained something that not very many people in this world have attained, and that is an absolute lack of fear of death. And I told him, I said, a lot of people suffer in life and also don't truly live life because they're so afraid of death, and they're afraid of physical death, they're afraid of death of a lifestyle, death of a relationship, death of a career, whatever, death comes in so many different ways. But I said, it's that fear that prevents us from truly experiencing life to its fullest. And I said, I envy you because when you don't fear death, that is when you can truly live to the fullest. Obviously, we don't want to fear, or we don't want to be so unafraid of death that we just want to die. That's not the point. But as I have been working through some of my own traumas and my own healing, which is one of the reasons I've really just taken a break from this space, is because I am afraid. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of the death of an identity. I'm afraid of certain things in my life changing, and it's preventing me from truly just living in the moment, living in this experience of life. And when it comes to astrology, my purpose in this life is to experience fully, to feel everything fully, to be in nature and love every moment, to be at work, to be in bed, to be in the shower, whatever it is, to truly just feel all of it. And to me, that is the point of life for everyone. It's the soul's mission is to experience life to the fullest. And sometimes that means experiencing pain, experiencing sadness, experiencing failure, loss, because that is when you can truly appreciate the opposite, the flip side of the coin, which is immense joy, happiness, pleasure. And so I told this person, I said, I'm sorry you feel like you have no more purpose on this life. I said, but I just encouraged him, and I said, if you can get through this stage, you're going to be able to live the most fullest life you've ever experienced because you have a lot to offer. And in saying that, I was also saying it to myself. And so I am grateful for this person. I truly hope that life will turn around for him, but I know that it helped me to just know that life can turn around for me as well, and I don't need to be afraid. So as we work through our own healing, we work through retraining our nervous system, whether it's from a childhood trauma, past life trauma, current trauma. Just know that you are capable. I am capable. We are all capable of changing our story, changing our narrative to fully enjoy life, to fully live life. No matter if you're, I've seen some of the happiest people on this planet living in poverty, living in a clay hut in the middle of nowhere with no amenities, no electricity, and they are the happiest people in the world. And I've seen the richest people in the world be the most miserable. It's all up here. It's all a mindset. It's all a decision, a choice. It's our soul's dharma. It's our path to make decisions and to choose how we want to experience this life. Do we want to live in hell, or do we want to live in heaven? We get to choose. Right now I'm in a little piece of heaven. I'm in nature. And even though I just passed a dead fish, I know that there are a lot of live fish and live animals and beauty all around me. And that is my focus. That is my desire, is to just finally come to a place of complete peace and acceptance of the beauty of this life, and not be afraid of how I'm perceived, not be afraid of how I'm treated, not be afraid of what may come or go in this life. And I hope that that's a peace and an acceptance that we can all come to, because that's when ultimately we can let go of hate, and we can let go of sadness, we can let go of judgment, because that's what unconditional love is, and that's why we're here. Namaste.